The universe is filled with powerful rings, each glowing with a different emotion. From the fearless green lanterns to the deadly black lanterns, every color brings its own power and purpose. Let's explore the lantern core and see what makes each one unique. The Green Lantern Corps is a group of space protectors who keep the universe safe using pure willpower. They don't use magic or high-tech gadgets, just the strength of their mind and the courage in their heart. Their power comes from the Green Lantern Ring, one of the most powerful weapons ever created. This ring lets them create anything they can think of. Huge fists, shields, giant hammers, even whole cities. If they can imagine it, they can make it real. But to use the ring, they must have strong willpower. Fear can't control them. They must be fearless. A long time ago, a group of ancient beings called the Guardians of the Universe created the Green Lantern Corps to keep order across space. Every Green Lantern is chosen because they have the ability to overcome fear. The universe is huge, so each lantern is given a specific area, called a sector, to protect. Some of the most famous Green Lanterns are Hal Jordan, a bold and confident fighter; John Stewart, a strong leader; Kyle Rayner, a super creative artist; and Guy Gardner, a tough and wild warrior. But even with all their power, Green Lanterns have limits. Their rings need to be recharged, and powerful emotions like fear or rage can weaken them. Enemies like the Red Lanterns, who get their power from anger, are dangerous. But no matter the challenge, the Green Lantern Corps never stops fighting for justice. The Sinestro Corps, also called the Yellow Lanterns, are the biggest enemies of the Green Lanterns. Instead of using willpower, they use fear. The more fear they spread, the stronger they become. Their leader, Sinestro, was once a Green Lantern himself. He believed the Guardians weren't doing a good job, so he created his own ring and formed a corps that ruled through terror. His Yellow Lanterns quickly became one of the most dangerous forces in the universe. Well, fear is their weapon. Their rings take fear and turn it into raw power, letting them create deadly attacks and terrifying creatures. While Green Lanterns need strong willpower, Yellow Lanterns use fear to make others weak. If a Green Lantern is scared, their power won't work against a Yellow Lantern. That's what makes them so dangerous. Fear is everywhere, and they know how to use it. The Sinestro Corps is filled with some of the scariest villains in the universe. Sinestro himself is a brilliant and ruthless leader. Then there's Mongol, a warlord with unstoppable strength, and the Anti-Monitor, a cosmic being who destroys entire worlds. Each member of the Corps spreads fear in their own way, making them stronger with every terrified scream. But they're not unstoppable. Like all lanterns, their rings need to be recharged, and if a blue lantern is nearby, their power weakens. Still, as long as fear exists, the Sinestro Corps will always be a threat. The Red Lantern Corps is all about anger, pure, uncontrollable rage. These are the most furious beings in the universe, and their power comes straight from their burning hatred. It all started with Atrocitus, a survivor of a terrible massacre caused by the Guardians' creations, the Manhunters. He was so filled with rage that he created the first Red Lantern Ring, and from that moment, the Red Lantern Corps was born. They made their first big move during the Sinestro Corps War, and quickly became known for their brutal, violent nature. Beyond this, Red Lanterns don't just feel anger, they live it. When someone puts on a Red Lantern ring, their heart is replaced by pure rage. They can't take the ring off, and they can't leave the Corps because, without the ring, they would die. Their most terrifying ability is their burning plasma vomit, which melts through anything it touches. And the angrier they get, the stronger they become. They can even feed off other people's anger, making them nearly unstoppable. But even rage has limits. Blue lanterns, who spread hope, can weaken them, and love from the star sapphires can calm their fury. Also, red lanterns don't think. They just attack. That makes them dangerous, but also reckless. Some of the most famous members are Atrocitus, their merciless leader, Dex Star, a small but furious cat, and Guy Gardner, who once joined the Corps. Red lanterns are wild, angry, and powerful, burning through everything in their path. The Blue Lantern Corps is all about hope. When things seem impossible, when darkness takes over, they are the light that keeps people going. Their rings don't just give them power, they spread hope to everyone around them. The Corps was created by Ganthet and Syed, two former guardians of the universe who believed the universe needed more than just rules and control. They needed hope. That's why they started the Blue Lantern Corps, a group dedicated to lifting others up instead of fighting wars. Speaking of features, a Blue Lantern's ring is special. It doesn't work like the others. Instead of attacking or destroying, it heals, strengthens, and inspires. It can fix broken bodies, calm angry hearts, and even make Green Lanterns stronger. If a Green Lantern is nearby, a Blue Lantern's power becomes incredible, boosting their abilities beyond normal limits. Their rings also weaken fear, rage, and greed, meaning they can stop Yellow Lanterns, soothe Red Lanterns, and resist the power of the Orange Lanterns. But there's a catch. Without a Green Lantern around, a Blue Lantern can't use its full power. On their own, they can fly, survive in space, and create energy. But they don't have the same strength as other lanterns. That's why they choose their members carefully. A Blue Lantern must truly believe in hope. The most well-known members are Saint Walker, the first Blue Lantern, and Brother Worth, a wise and powerful ally. Wherever they go, they bring hope to those who need it most. The Indigo Tribe is the strangest of all the Lantern Corps. They don't pick heroes. They don't pick warriors. They take the worst criminals in the universe and force them to feel compassion. These were once the most heartless beings, but the Indigo Light changed them. The tribe was created by Green Lantern Abin Sur and Natromo, a former slave who discovered the Indigo Light and used it to turn ruthless killers into followers of compassion. But here's the thing, no one joins the Indigo Tribe by choice. Once the ring is on, they forget their past and become completely devoted to their new purpose. Unlike other lanterns, the Indigo Tribe doesn't rely on just their own strength. They can copy the powers of nearby lanterns using whatever energy is around them. If a yellow lantern is close, it can create fear-based attacks. If a red lantern is near, they can use pure rage. They even have the rare ability to teleport across huge distances, making them unpredictable and hard to stop. But there's a weakness. Their rings don't change who they are forever. If the ring comes off, the wearer goes back to their old self, cold, cruel, and dangerous. And since they borrow powers from others, they also inherit their weaknesses. If they're not careful, they can lose control. The Indigo Tribe is led by Indigo One and calls the planet Nock their home. But they travel the universe, forcing the most merciless beings to finally feel something: compassion. The Orange Lantern Corps isn't really a corps at all. It's just one being, Larfleeze. He doesn't share, he doesn't trust, and he definitely doesn't let anyone else use his power. The orange light runs on pure greed, and no one in the universe is greedier than him. He found the Orange Lantern Battery on Okara, bonded with the entity Ophidian, and has been hoarding its power ever since. The Guardians of the Universe feared him so much that they made a deal. He could keep his power as long as he never left the Vega system. However, Larfleeze doesn't need allies. He creates his own army by absorbing the energy of those he defeats. Every enemy he kills becomes an energy construct, trapped in his ring forever, still thinking and feeling, but completely under his control. Instead of a team, he commands a horde of ghost-like warriors, each one a victim of his greed. Not only this, the orange light makes him unbelievably strong. It can absorb other forms of energy, even magic and power from other lantern rings. But greed has limits. The blue light of hope can't be taken, no matter how hard he tries. And the violet light of love can overpower his selfishness. His biggest weakness, though, is himself. Larfleeze is so paranoid and possessive that he can never truly be at peace. No matter how much he has, he always wants more. And in the end, there's only one orange lantern, Larfleeze, the greediest being in existence. The star sapphires don't fight with strength, fear, or rage. They fight with love. But love isn't just soft and gentle. It can be strong, overwhelming, even dangerous. The star sapphires get their power from the violet light, which is connected to a cosmic force called the Predator. For a long time, there was only one star sapphire at a time, chosen to carry out the will of love. But everything changed when the Zamarons, an ancient race of warrior women, decided that love should spread across the universe. Speaking of powers, a star sapphire's ring does more than just create energy constructs. It can look into someone's heart and see their deepest emotions. It can sense when a loved one is in danger, no matter how far away, and teleport instantly to their side. It can even change minds, making others feel love so strongly that it alters their thoughts. Some believe this is a gift. Others see it as dangerous. After all, love should be given freely, not forced. But love also makes them vulnerable. Their greatest weakness isn't their ring, it's their heart. A star sapphire will do anything to protect the ones they love, even if it means making reckless choices. Their rings also burn through energy quickly, so they need to recharge often. Carol Ferris, one of the most famous star sapphires, once fought against Green Lantern before learning that love isn't just about feeling, it's about strength. The Black Lantern Corps is the scariest of them all. It isn't powered by an emotion, it's powered by death itself. These lanterns don't choose their members. They take the dead, bring them back, and turn them into something dark and twisted. Necron, the ruler of death, created the Black Lanterns to wipe out all life. He didn't want control, he wanted nothingness. To make himself stronger, he even absorbed the Anti-Monitor, a being powerful enough to destroy universes. A Black Lantern ring doesn't just bring someone back, it takes away everything they were. A hero, a friend, a loved one. It doesn't matter. Once they're a Black Lantern, they become puppets controlled by Necron. And they don't just attack. They feed on emotions, draining life from those who feel fear, love, or rage. Their rings can copy the abilities of other lanterns, making them incredibly hard to stop. But there's one thing they can't touch: hope. The blue light is beyond their reach. Even with all their power, the Black Lanterns aren't unstoppable. The white light of life is their greatest weakness, the one force that can erase them completely. They also struggle against those who have truly made peace with death. When the Blackest Night event hit, even heroes like Batman and Hal Jordan were taken. But Hal found a way to fight back, using the Black Ring against its own master. In the end, the only way to beat death was through life itself. The White Lantern Corps is the opposite of the Black Lanterns. Instead of death, they bring life. Their power is pure, strong enough to heal wounds, bring back the dead, and even control every emotion in the universe. When all hope is gone, the White Lanterns are the last light standing. They didn't exist at first. They were born in a time of desperation, during the blackest night. Necron and his army of Black Lanterns were taking over, and no one could stop them. That's when Hal Jordan merged with the Life Entity and created the first White Lantern. The white light broke Necron's control, freeing heroes who had died and come back. It was the only thing strong enough to fight against the darkness. White Lanterns aren't picked the way other lanterns are. Their power isn't about willpower, rage, or fear. It's about life itself. Many heroes, like Kyle Rayner, and members of the Justice League have held this power. Their rings don't just create energy blasts or shields. They can heal, bring people back, and even let the user see the souls of the dead. Black Lanterns, who feed on death, are completely powerless against them. But holding this power isn't easy. A White Lantern doesn't just use the Life Entity, they serve it. They carry the burden of protecting all life in the universe. It's not about control or destruction. It's about balance, making sure life always finds a way forward. From hope to greed, from life to death, every Lantern Corps holds a unique power that shapes the universe. Which one do you think stands above the rest? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.